From the Ohio AgNet, Voice You Know at the News You Trust studio, sponsored by Grain Equipment Company, where innovation meets execution. I'm Joel Norwood with today's Ag News. USDA has declared 3 Ohio counties a primary natural disaster area due to drought, with 13 additional Ohio counties eligible as contiguous counties. It's called the Secretarial Natural Disaster Designation. It allows USDA's Farm Service Agency to extend much-needed emergency credit to farm operators in primary counties and as well as those contiguous counties. The ones affected now, Carroll, Franklin, and Tuscarawas counties as primary counties eligible for assistance, and then those contiguous counties also eligible: Columbiana, Coshocton, Delaware, Fairfield, Guernsey, Harrison, Holmes, Jefferson, Licking, Madison, Pickaway, Stark, and Union counties. Currently broadcasting from the Farm Science Review, and was able to catch up with Dr. John Patterson, State Executive Director of the Farm Service Agency here in Ohio.
With the drought conditions, it's the challenge of which we've not endured for decades, quite frankly. And we're working together with our good friends at the Ohio Department of Agriculture, OSU Extension, Soil and Water, Conservation Districts, because it's going to be an all-hands-on deck to address the challenges, not only currently, but what is coming in the next few months as we work our way out of it, too.
They're really encouraging farmers to go visit USDA.gov, take a look at the programs available, and then make an appointment at their Farm Service Agency office, their local office, before heading in.
Well, the first thing, they should go to the USDA website and scan the suite of programs that we do offer, everything from livestock to trees to honeybees to water lines. Scan that first, see where they fit in. Then when they think they have an idea, call for an appointment to one of our offices. Please don't just walk in, because we are out the door and we're trying to be respectful of everybody's time. So call, make an appointment, and then our great staff will help them navigate through, because some of these people have never set foot in an FSA office. We have to have a farm number. We have to have some of their information. That takes time to enter. But that's the first step, get entered, and then our staff can work them through some of the options that they might be able to use to help get through this crisis.
Again, that's Dr. John Patterson, State Executive Director of the Farm Service Agency here in Ohio, joining us from the Farm Science Review. Well, for the first time in 8 weeks, multiple average retail fertilizer prices showing considerable declines during the second week of September 2024. That's according to the latest DTN Retail Fertilizer Trend Tracker. Prices for 7 of the 8 major fertilizers lower compared to last month. Also, 3 fertilizers had sizable price declines. That's anything above 5%. Potash led the way lower, down 8% from a month ago. Had an average price of $4.64. Do keep it in mind that's on the national side from the supplier. That does not take into account what your local price is going to be. Both 1034.0 and UAN 32 were 7% less expensive. The other fertilizers that's slightly lower: DAP, MAP, Urea, and UAN 28. Anhydrous did have a bit of a bump up. They're up $6 per ton from last month, the only one higher. The congressional calendar is never slow, but it seems particularly tight right now. With elections looming, the congressional calendar has them locked in a funding battle. Emily Buckman, Director of Government Affairs for the American Farm Bureau Federation, says the deadline is quickly approaching.
Well, September 30th marks the end of fiscal year 2024. This means Congress has roughly 2 weeks to pass government funding legislation to avoid a government shutdown. The activities of most federal agencies are generally funded on an annual basis through the enactment of regular appropriation bills. So the annual appropriations process governs the discretionary portion of the federal budget. To date, the House has passed a handful of individual funding bills, and the Senate has not passed any.
She says at this point, a continuing resolution is likely necessary to avoid a shutdown. That's Emily Buckman of the American Farm Bureau giving us an update on the budget battles in Congress. Elsewhere, the Kansas City Federal Reserve is saying demand for non-real estate farm loans is climbing at the fastest rate since 2016. And on that note, stay tuned as we take a look at market numbers up next on the Ohio AgNet.
Soybeans grown in Ohio and across the heartland are meeting the feedstock demand for clean fuels. Biodiesel is a clean-burning and reliable fuel that enhances engine life, power, and mileage. Plus, this high-performance fuel works in any diesel engine without modification. With biodiesel, we fuel the economy, do good for the environment, and support soybean farmers. Learn how using biodiesel can add value to every bushel of soybeans grown at soyohio.org.
What are markets doing today? That's one of the most common questions we get here at our booth at Farm Science Review, which we're broadcasting from right now. Let's talk about that. From Chicago at the close, new crop corn up 1/4 penny here on Wednesday to $4.12 3/4 cents per bushel. March corn unchanged, $4.30 3/4 cents. New crop soybeans up 8 pennies to $10.14. Jan beans $10.32 up 7 1/4. And next July wheat unchanged at $6.12 1/4 today. Markets thanks to Seed Consultants, simply better performance. Online at seedconsultants.com. October live cattle down 50 cents to $178.30. December live cattle unchanged at $179.85 as October feeder cattle dropped 80 cents to $239.95. Hogs had a good day as October gained 28 cents to 82 and a nickel. December hogs closed 73.88 up 18 cents. Milk falling today. This is the Ohio AgDat. I'm Joel Norwood. We'll see you at the Farm Science Review going on through tomorrow here outside of London.